And on this week's edition of the BLAST Newscast.
Having trouble with your final exams? Well, the BLAST Newscast is going to take a look at some tips on how you can ace your year end with final exams. I'm Trent Byers, and we'll have that story coming right up.
A chance of thunder showers, plus a look at the damage report from last week's devastation flood. I'm Levi Bennington, and I'll have further details in this week's weather forecast.
Those stories and a whole lot more can be seen on this week's edition of the BLAST Newscast.
For the week of April the 30th, 2013.
And now, coming to you live from our studios in Sharpsville, Indiana, Tabitha Freyholtz and Jacob Pyle.
Thank you, Chris Henry, and hello and welcome to the BLAST Newscast. I'm Tabitha Freyholtz. Rachel Keller has the week off.
And I'm Jacob Pyle. There's an important date coming up in about a month. Yes, I know what some of you are thinking. You can't wait to take a break from school and enjoy it in the summer sun. It's either that or if you're about to graduate. I know you guys can't wait to leave for Washington, D.C., New York for a couple of days. While that may be the case, that's not the important day we're actually talking about here.
Even though summer vacation is just around the corner, we all have to face this. It's the day final school graders for your semester. But how easy is it to ace the final exams? Well, take some accurate notes in this report so that way you will have to sharp brain when entering the school on finals days. Here with some tips on how to ace your final exams is BLAST Newscast reporter Trenton Byers.
Have you ever had the final exam blues, where you don't know half the answers on the quiz and end up getting a failing grade in the process? Well, the BLAST Newscast has compiled 3 important tips you need to remember on how you can be able to ace your final exams. The first important rule that you need to remember is to make time to study for your finals. Sounds hard, I know. Count forward from the day, and study guide or questions are handed out to the day of the test to put your plan into effect. Also, make sure to schedule your study plans ahead of time. Remember that social networking and video games don't mix well with study time. That should be something to put aside for another time. Draft your study plan 3 to 4 weeks before the test. If you have to shed unnecessary commitments in order to make more hours for studying, this should be the time to do it. Next, use your time wisely. Prioritize your study hours, clarify the content and format of your finals, and take advantage of your study guides, review sessions, and your own notes. And then apply the time well on the test. For starters, get a good night's sleep. Develop your answers fully. This is especially important if your teacher will not allow you to have your cheat sheet or notes on your final. Eliminate answers if it's multiple choice. If you know an answer that is wrong, eliminate it in your mind. And finally, stay until the bitter end. Proofread all essay and short answer questions. Teachers will know when you make an extra effort. With just a little bit of time on your side, you will be surprising yourself with how much you know and retain for a test day. Your formula for finals success is time times 3. Good luck, everyone, and ace your final exams. For the BLAST Newscast, I'm Trent Byers.
Thanks, Trenton, for the report. Here's a couple of more tips to remember. If you have to use the restroom, do it between classes. Always bring plenty of number 2 pencils in case you want to change an answer. And use study hall time for any other spare time you may have to study for other finals. We hope these tips will help you ace the grade on your final exams. And now, with a look at our headlines that are making news today, is BLAST Newscast headline reporter J.R. Clifton.
Hello everyone, here's our headlines for this week. On May 18th, Team Blast is going to have a car wash and everybody is welcome to help volunteer. We will wash your car for free, but we will take donations. And the money we make from the donations will go towards the cost of the bus. It'll take place from 12 to 4 at Carpet Services Unlimited, right across from the Marathon gas station here in Sharpsville. Everyone who is volunteering needs to be there at 11:45 in the morning that Saturday. Put in all your pledges and we'll get your car cleaned guaranteed. On May 28th, we will be honoring the Team Blast students who will be graduating as part of the class of 2013. We hope you can be able to join us for that. On Wednesday, June 12th, Team Blast is going to be on an all-day trip to Warren Dunes State Park in Michigan. It'll cost $15. Make sure you bring extra sunscreen and water and make sure to dress accordingly. Weather will be permitting. On July the 4th, Team Blast is going to go to Oasis Community Church in Tipton to watch fireworks. Hot dogs and drinks will be provided. The event is free and anyone is welcome to come. Weather will be permitting. And finally, an important reminder that if you still want to go to Big Stuff Church Camp in Panama City Beach, Florida, to get your $50 deposit put in to secure your spot. We have 33 people down that is going and camp is nearly full. As of right now, a spot will be guaranteed after you put your $50 deposit down. And once your $50 deposit is put down, the money cannot be refunded. So, if you are still wanting to go to Big Stuff Church Camp, put in your $50 deposit before it's too late. Those are our headlines for this week. I'll be back at the end of the newscast with a preview of what you will see on next week's edition. But for now, I'm J.R. Clifton.
Thank you, JR. And now it's time for our weather with our rain or shine weatherman, Levi Bennington.
Thank you, Jacob. Hello, everybody. Tipton County has experienced its first major flood in 10 years. Tipton County, among other places here in Indiana, got 4 inches of rain and standing water. Parking lots were flooded, cars were totaled, major roads and highways were closed, and even school was canceled. We will see anything like that in this week's forecast? Probably not. So for today, expect a 60% chance of thunder showers with a high of 64 degrees and a low of 39 degrees. Tomorrow, expect a 30% chance of morning showers with a high of 51 degrees and a low of 38 degrees. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week, whatever you do. I'm Levi Bennington, and that's today's weather.
The BLAST Newscast now has its own official website. It's at www.blastnewscast.weebly.com. Here you will find current episodes of the BLAST Newscast, catch up with past episodes of the newscast, get to know the people who make the BLAST Newscast possible, and even drop us a line with your questions, comments, suggestions, or ideas. As I said, it's all here at www.blastnewscast.weebly.com. That's www.blastnewscast.weebly.com. See you there.
And now, here's Teen Blast's own Jacob Pyle.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am am found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieve. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Many dangers, toils, and snares I've already come. 'Tis grace that brought me there thus far, and grace will lead me home. Let's sing that chorus again. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. One more time. I was blind, but now I see. Praise you, Jesus. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, Mr. No Name. Yes? What do you call a fake noodle? I don't know. What do you call a fake noodle? An imposter. Imposter. Get a fake noodle pasta. I can lump full of them. Money.
Hey, looking for something to do on a weekday afternoon? Come up and join us for Teen Blast. Our address is 210 South Main Street here in Sharpsville, Indiana, 46068. Anyone 6th grade or older is welcome. We're open after school on Mondays and Wednesdays through Friday from 3 to 6, and Tuesdays from 3 to 9, with Tuesday service from 6:30 to 8:30. Come join us, won't you?
And now with a look at what you'll be seeing on next week's newscast is BLAST Newscast headline reporter J.R. Clifton.
Thanks, Jacob. On next week's edition of the BLAST Newscast, we're going to talk about summer and the job market. With summer on its way, most teenagers are wanting to look for something to do, and if you don't have a clue about what job suits you, this report is for you. Join us as Team BLAST Newscast takes a look at summertime and the job market. That's coming up on next week's edition of the BLAST Newscast. I'm Jerry Clifton, and we'll see you then.
Thank you, JR. And with that will be it for this week. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tabitha Freyholt.
And I'm Jacob Pyle. Until next week, good night, and God bless my friends.
This is Chris Henry speaking for the BLAST Newscast. This program has been